let's take a look at the example for the electrical schematic. Basically what you're going to do is just draw in the lines that you're seeing, and then we're going to come back in and we're going to add the symbols to this drawing. One thing that we're going to add are the little dots that you're seeing where the lines connect. We're going to use a thing called a donut. So we're going to start out there by using our draw tools, and you'll see that there is a donut option there, or you can actually type in donut, either way that you want to create that. But that's the donut symbol. Basically your donut is just like you think a donut. It has a hole in the middle and has an outer diameter, so you have to know inside and outside diameter. Well, if you're trying to just create a dot in this place, your inside diameter is going to be 0. The outside diameter can be whatever is relative to the screen size that you're creating. So in this case I might do a 0.1 dot, and we'll just see how that's going to look. Then you're ready to place them. So I'm going to turn my object snaps back on so I can get to those points. So everywhere that you see the dot, using the object snaps, then you can place those. Now if for some reason you didn't draw this big enough and you have to add to it, we'll look at how to use our grips again. So for instance, at the top, if I need to draw an arrow but there's not enough space, I can use this grip as a stretching tool by stretching it longer or shorter, depending on how we need to do that. So let's look at how you're going to get these symbols. And I said that you could either draw them yourself, or we're going to use a thing called Design Center. So what I want you to do is go over to your Insert Ribbons, and when you get to the Insert ribbon, you should see Design Center at your top on what you can insert. Now, if your Design Center is not showing up, it should be on your Insert tab. For some reason mine's not showing. It could be because of my screen size and my variables. But if you'll go to the Tools drop down menu and your palettes, you will see Design Center there. Control+2 turns that on. So here's your Design Center, and when you get into the Design Center, you'll notice to the left is that same kind of file management system. You've got your tree and your system of going from the PC to the Windows to different drives, and you'll see the program files. The very first one's Autodesk, then it goes down to which AutoCAD are we using, even further down into sample, and then the next phase to get into the Design Center is to go to that ENUS, so I'm double clicking, and then you'll see Design Center. Now in your Design Center, these are no more than just a regular drawing, and in each drawing they've created these block symbols. So a block basically says whatever I've drawn. So if I create, let's just say the ground lines, and that's those triple lines that are running horizontal and parallel to each other. So if I'm going to draw that, then I can save that as a block, save all these blocks into a file, and then I can just insert, drag and drop these into any drawing that I want to use after that, and I never have to go back and redraw all of this. So you'll notice there's several for electronics, electrical, there are some for house and space designer, HVAC, hydraulics and pneumatics. So there's several different ones that are already pulled in when you downloaded AutoCAD. So we're going to look at the one for just basic electronics. So I'm double clicking. You'll also see that each of these files had their own dimension styles set up, had layers set up, line types, all of those same things that we've been working through. If you'll click on blocks, then you're going to see the symbols. Now just so that you know, the symbol that you're seeing that looks like a back and forward parentheses, that is a capacitor. So they're labeled with C1 and C2. So if I wanted to bring this into my drawing, all I gotta do is grab it and then drop it in place. Now the size may not be the size you want, so we may have to scale that. So we'll look at how to scale. While you're in here, just grab all of the symbols that you see. So there was the ground, here's a resistor, and you'll see the transistor option one direction, transistor option the other direction, and I think that's the only symbols. So then I can just close that out, and since they're all very small, I'm going to make a window around all of them to select them, and I'm going to go back to my home, and I'm going to do a scale. Now I don't advise scaling everything, because typically in your model space your drawing always needs to be 1:1. Main reason, if you ever have to come back and make any modifications, 10 years down the road, you won't remember what scale that drawing was. So you definitely don't want to scale your model. If you'll recall, we go to layout and then we make a scale variable in our status for printing. That's where we do our scale. So we want to leave everything full scale here. But in this case, I want these larger to match this drawing that I've created. So I'm just going to pick a base point like it's asking, just anywhere on the screen, and then decide which scale. Do I want them to be twice as big, or do I want to scale them relative to my cursor, which is what I'm doing right now? That'd probably work, or just maybe a little bit bigger. So you can use a number or either one of these. Now I can take and I can move these symbols based on points, the object snap points, to wherever I need them on my screen. So you can take and place these based on their object snap point to nearest. So I'm using an override here for the nearest point because I don't really have a measurement. And then I can go in and I can trim out the original line that I've drawn to leave that space in that symbol. So that's how you're going to just take and move these into your drawing after you've inserted them. Again, just by picking the location on the object. And I may move it in a little bit more. Then the last thing you want to do is just add your text. So all of the information that's on there that you're seeing, you just want to add to your drawing. Now on this end, there's just an arrow, so you can draw that any way you want to. You just go back in with the line command and create that arrow at whatever size that you feel is good and whatever angle that you need. So I did about a 60-degree angle off of that vertical at about 0.25 distance. Now, if this is not long enough, there's a thing called a stretch command. So these are just some additional commands we haven't really gone through in our modification, but a stretch allows you to create something with, if it's too short or too long, you can change the distance. The other way to do that is using your grip modify. But if I do a stretch command, I can use my crossing window, and I do crossing because I want it to pick up the object inside the window plus any lines that need to be stretched out with it. So in this case, I'm picking around just the arrowhead and the line, hit my enter, pick a point on the object that I know I can stretch it from, and then bring that point out to wherever I need the new point. So hopefully that'll get you through using some of the Design Center symbols. When we do our architectural plan, we'll do something very similar where we'll go back to that Design Center and we'll pull in some range, refrigerators, sinks, bathtubs, toilet fixtures, things like that. They're already created. There's no reason to go back and have to recreate those.